Okay, this is my third major speech. The last one, it's the persuasive one. I did mine on lowering the drinking age to 18. Okay, how many of you feel the drinking age should be lowered? Many people in high school and college have strong opinions on this topic. Most of us would probably agree that the current drinking age of 21 doesn't always make sense for young adults who are already taking on adult responsibilities. Today I'm going to persuade you that the drinking age should be lowered to 18 and not kept at 21. We should look at what the issue is and why we should support lowering the drinking age, possible situations to the problem, and what life could look like if this change happened, and finally, what all of you can do to help. To begin, we must learn more about the issue of lowering the drinking age. First, it is important to understand why this topic even matters. According to an article called "By Lowering the Drinking Age, We Can Address the Real Cause of Alcohol Ills," it explains that the original logic behind lowering the drinking age is the past was simple. If 18-year-olds were responsible enough to go to war, then they were responsible enough to drink. This idea is still true today. When someone turns 18, they can vote, join the military, live on their own, and sign legal documents. But somehow they still cannot have a drink. That rule doesn't line up with being an adult legally means it, but the line does not line up with what being an adult is legally in the U.S. We also know that underage drinking is not going away anytime soon. Even with the drinking age at 21, many teenagers and college students still drink. A study from Harvard says that binge drinking isn't mainly caused by underage drinking, meaning the problem is deeper than just the age. People drink irresponsibly because of culture and pressure, not because of the number 21. Another issue is how the U.S. compares to other countries. According to the article, the legal drinking age needs to be decreased in the U.S. Many countries have drinking ages between 16 and 18. In many of those places, alcohol is still a part of socializing. People share a drink slowly with friends, and there's less pressure to drink as much as possible. In contrast, in America, college culture, if you're not drinking at a party, you often become the responsible one for everybody else. This pressure makes drinking stressful and unsafe, especially when you are hiding it because it became illegal. Of course, there are people who believe the drinking age should not be lowered. An article titled "The Legal Drinking Age Should Not Be Lowered" argues that people are too vulnerable when it comes to alcohol. For example, in 2021, 27% of people ages 15 to 20 killed in car crashes had blood alcohol levels above 0.1 or higher. Some countries with a drinking age of 18 have noticed when American teens visit, they often misuse alcohol because they're not used to drinking in a responsible environment. These concerns are real, but they do not mean that the legal drinking age should stay at 21. Instead, they show that our country needs to have better education and safer drinking habits, not a rule that isn't clearly working. Now that we understand the problem, let's talk about solutions. There are several realistic things we can do to help lower the drinking age and make drinking safer for young adults. First, we can talk to parents. Many parents don't understand how unsafe secret drinking is, and it can be. When young people feel like they have to hide alcohol use, they make riskier decisions. Conversations between teens and parents can make a big difference. When we can also create surveys to learn what people really think about the drinking age. Many lawmakers claim that everyone supports the age of 21, but surveys can show that teens and young adults want change. Putting these ideas into practice is very possible. For example, we could hold meetings at schools or community centers where students, parents, and teachers talk openly about alcohol. We could use this as an advertisement or social media to share the information about lowering the drinking age, and we can actually make drinking safer. These steps won't fix everything overnight, but they will help people understand the issue and support making a change. Now let's look at what our world might be if the drinking age was really lowered. If the drinking age was lowered to 18, a lot of good things would come from it. First, teens and young adults would be treated fairly, and if We would trust already 18-year-olds to serve in the military, pay taxes, and sign contracts and vote for politicians. We should trust them to drink responsibly. Lowering the drinking age also makes things safer. Instead of sneaking alcohol or drinking in unsafe places, young adults can learn healthy drinking habits in normal social settings like restaurants, family gatherings, or supervised celebrations. However, the drinking age stays at 21. The consequence will continue. Young people will still drink, but they will keep doing it secretly in basements, cars, dorms, and unsafe areas. This leads to more binge drinking, more accidents, and more danger. Keeping the drinking age at 21 doesn't stop drinking, it just makes it riskier. In conclusion, we have examined why the drinking age should be lowered to 18 by learning about the background of the issue, reasons to support it, possible solutions, and what things would be like if they actually changed when this happened. Each of us can do something, whether it is having a conversation with adults, staying informed, or supporting organizations that want to change the law. So the next time you hear people talking about the drinking age, I hope you will support lowering it to 18. Not only is it fair, but it could also make drinking safer and more responsible for everyone.